Hello everyone, welcome to the new episode of Professionals Unplugged. I am your host Utkarsh Shukla and let me introduce you to my guest Anna. Anna, thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you, Utkarsh, for inviting me. It's a great pleasure today speak with you.
Thank you so much Anna. So let's begin with our very basic question. Can you please introduce our audience about yourself, like who you are, what work you do, anything about you?
Yeah. The question, who are you? Usually how we start, and it's not easy. We start talking about what kind of roles we have in life, and that's okay. But before I share what kind of roles I have in my life, who am I? I'm someone who truly believes in lifelong learning and changing. I'm passionate about helping the other people and making a positive impact, starting from myself to my environment to others. I'm someone who tries every day to find meaningful and fulfillment, the purpose of my life. My roles: I'm a mom of two incredible boys. I'm married with an amazing guy, and I'm a CEO, business owner, entrepreneur, and of my business. So that's who am I.
That's awesome. So let's talk about this business that you have mentioned. I think Sandler is the name, right?
Yeah, I'm Sandler. I'm CEO of Sandler UAE. Sandler is a world-leading company for professional and personal development. We are helping people who are working in sales team, and I know that working in sales, it's not easy. And I started my career as from the entry-level position in sales. And I know that the other jobs are also hard. Every job is hard because of personal reasons, but working in sales, it's really hard job. Why? Because people are not skilled how to do that. They're doing that on some traditional ways, which usually means receiving a lot of no's during the day, praying for a business, feeling that you're not worthy or you need to beg for something. So imagine that you working as someone who is, I don't know, cold calling, SDR, telesales, and that your day starts with, oh, today is a Monday, I'm so excited and I'm going to work. And today you receive 10 snow, and tomorrow also, and the Wednesday also. So how you would feel? What kind of perception you will have about yourself? Of course, very low. So it's very common that people in sales lose their perception that they're a valuable person, and they very easy lose their dignity. So, and then they ask, am I really for sales? Why I'm doing this? And then they start having a frustration and bringing that frustration to home. So everything starts to be very chaotic. So at Sandler, we are starting that working in sales. It's not about the numbers. It's not about the tactics. It's not about learned 3-4 nice sentences. It's about the understanding of human being, understanding that the human is sitting next to you. And what you first should to do, of course, understand that person. And everything, it sounds very logical, but somehow never no one's learned to do that. I love to say that all of us finished a lot of schools, a lot of faculties, a lot of different college courses, whatever, but no one never learned us how to communicate with others. And it's not easy. So in Sandler, we are helping people to understand human dynamics and to really bringing back sales as a noble profession, that people don't need to lose their dignity. They don't need to pray for something, and they are who are qualifying someone if that prospect is a good fit or not. So yeah, that's very shorty. I can talk till tomorrow about the Sandler because we are doing a great things, but this is really in a few sentences.
That's really awesome. I think you have just dig deep on the sales role, like how people tends to do the sales thing, irrespective of what their profession is. Like either they are selling as a consulting firm or even a product based, right? So, any 3 tips do you think that you can give right now to a person who is starting his career in the sales? Any tips you want to give to a salesperson?
Sorry, it was something like yeah, definitely there is a lot of tips which I can do it now, but one of the is I mean the main and the first one, it's improve your skills, invest in your skills. So if the sales is your skills with whom your family and providing the only sources of money, then you need to invest, you need to train, you need people working for 10, 15, 12 years, 20 years plus. And if you ask them how long you're in that job, they're like, I'm very knowledgeable because an expert, because I'm working 20 plus years. My question is, okay, so tell me how your years looks like, and then you will find out that every year was the same. So basically they have only 1 year of experience. But I'm telling, invest in your skills, invest in your attitude, change your behavior. It's not easy. Like, it's easy to talk about it, but it's not easy to do. It requires a time. But after you do that, definitely the freedom and the kind of you will feel, it's amazing. So, and also additional one tips is, if you really want to become an expertise and be professional and be different and be unique, you cannot look for some, 2-3 days training, some 2-3 free advices or things like that. So if we want really to be one at the top, we cannot use for some very low solutions or supports. We need, if you want to be a premium, we need to use a premium kind of support.
Yeah, I think that is a very valid point that you have mentioned. Like, people generally go on and find some kind of a video where they showed how to be good at marketing, where they just talk about few things, right? And then people just start believing that and trying to work on those things only, rather than focusing on the larger scale. They just focus on a smaller section, right? So I think that's a very valid point that you have mentioned, and you need to think at a louder space, or I can say at a wider range. You need to see how the things are. So that's really an excellent point that you have just mentioned. So what is your dream right now? As a professional, I can ask, like, for Sandler.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a dream one type of the person, so I always chasing my dream, and I am not that kind of like making a list and after I finish, like, it's done. So I always adding new things, and I believe that that's something which drive us. Yeah, I like to say that dreaming costs zero, so please dream. Definitely my dream professionally is to give a chance and to make impact on more and more people on the UA market, because I think this is some kind of my personal impact on the change which I want to see in the world. So and my dream is that Sandler will become one of the actually the best training center, recognizes the best training center for the sales in UA market.
That's really awesome. So from the same answer, I wanted to know the story of Sandler, like how you came up to founding this company, Sandler, and how the things started. So can you please share your story of the Sandler? Generally, I ask people any story they want to share, but I wanted to know Sandler's story. So if you can share it.
Would you like that I share only how I started Sandler, or just overview about my story, professional?
You can add both of them together, like Sandler as well, and you like.
Yeah. As I mentioned, I started my career in sales, and I spent more than 10 years in corporate world, from the entry-level position, step by step, to the leading role position. So that gave me experience to understand how a person in every step in sales hierarchy can feel, even at the start, through the middle, or a leading position. Then I started in some moment that I am not anymore good fit for corporate, and that I want to start my own company, sharing my own values and having my own procedures. So on my corporate path, I found out for Sandler, and that was a love at first sight. So then I decided that I want to help people how Sandler helped to me in my personal and professional development. So I'm born and raised in Serbia, but decision to have a Sandler brought me in Dubai. So my family and I moved here, and now I'm raising my kids here and having my business here.
Any challenge?
So
Sorry. Go ahead.
So my message for everyone is whatever your dreams are, don't be scared. I mean, be scared, it's normal, but don't overthink and don't be afraid of the fail, because fail is a part of success. So we need to fail to learn how to win and success. And I believe that life is giving everyone to us some kind of questions, and if we are able to answer on that questions, he will award us. So be brave, be courage, and listen your inner voice, your dreams, and follow that, because I believe that's the only way how we should to live and feel alive.
Correct. So my question was, what was the biggest challenge that you have faced till now for Sandler, you can say, or having your own company, or as a CEO, what was the biggest challenge for you till?
Balance. My personal challenge and the biggest challenge is a balance. So balance between work and my private life, having a very important roles, and how to be everywhere enough. So always questioning myself, am I enough present in this role? But I believe that every of us have that kind of questions for his personal roles.
So how did you solve it? Like, what was the solution to it? I can share how I'm dealing with that. I'm not sure if that's the appropriate way or it's the best way, but currently it works for me. So really trying to doing a prioritization. So some days I am requires more my time or my presence in some role, and learning to be okay with that. Okay, so don't feeling guilty because I'm not maybe in the other place, and so doing that kind of prioritization. And also being present. That's very important. Like if you're sitting with your kids, it's not like just sitting and doing some other things. Be present. If I'm going to work, I have 4 hours of deep work, and then I will close now. So being present. I think that's not easy. As I said, I know that it's easy now when I'm telling that, but it's not really easy to achieve that in daily house. That's awesome. I think to live in the moment and prioritize the thing, like at what time what is important to you, and the time you are doing those things, be in that moment only, right? Be in that present. So
True.
that's very
True.
important point.
True.
Okay, Anna, so thank you
True.
so much for joining in. It was amazing experience talking to you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.